Still speaking of institutional accreditation and quality standards, we come to the fourth standard, which is community in context.
The standard says that we display healthy community in our institutions in dynamic response to our context.
Yeah, it's a mouthful. We're talking about healthy communities. Now, what's a healthy community? That's to be unpacked significantly. But it's important as theological educators, we don't just deliver an academic product. We don't just deliver cognitive content to our students. We actually embody living communities where much more is happening. And so the element of a healthy community, to unpack and understand what that means, and then that is dynamically responding to a context. And so we've sort of outlined at least 3 layers, I think is what you call them, Paul. 3 layers of community which are in the standard. What are the 3 layers?
Well, of course, the first one is our internal learning community. That is the staff, the faculty, the students, the board members. These are people who are involved on a regular basis within the learning community, within the institution. And then you have a second area of community, which is what we could call the stakeholder community. All those who have an interest or involvement in the results of our training. This involves alumni, it involves church leadership, ministry organizations, and all of those who have an interest in the impact of our graduates. And then the third layer, of course, is the environment society, the society around us. That is a community to which we must respond. In fact, everything that we do should be actually in response to the challenges and the needs and the opportunities of our communities.
Yeah, so in a sense, like 3 concentric circles, that's
Yes.
what we're looking at. Yeah, and for each of those, of course, what health means, what quality, what proper dynamic response to those contexts means, needs to be unpacked and worked through. One common element across all 3 of these communities is the issue of communication. Communication sort of as a central component to the health of a community. So we do also talk in the standard about communication inside a community, so important documents, important modes of communication in the community, communication with the stakeholders and with the civil community. So how a school actually communicates is really, really important to uphold and again put legs on this particular standard.
The relationship of our school to the community is also taken up in the classroom, even the teaching of theology. What are the challenges? What are the opportunities? What are the needs of the communities, the 3 levels of community that surround us? And how do we respond to those from Scripture? And that's what theology is all about.
Yeah, and clearly the church, is a central role. Probably in the second circle, I guess, the stakeholders, really central role in integrating, even through placements. Students that are going into churches. Just so important to integrate that community. Again, so standard number 4, community and context.